Okay, awesome.
Cool.
So you're from Springfield, sports communication major. I'm wondering if you could kind of go back in time to when you were trying to make that college decision. I know it's a really stressful time for most of us. What kind of drew you to Springfield College?
Honestly, I originally wanted to go to Western New England for forensic science. I didn't get accepted. I was really bummed. And my mom was like, "What about Springfield College? Like, I heard good things about them." And I should probably start off with like I wanted to stay local because I just wasn't sure if I was ready to go to college
Mhm.
and my mom's health. So I was like, I don't want to go away and college isn't for me and I have to go through moving back or feeling like I can't move back and then I didn't want something to happen to my mom and I'm too far away.
Mhm.
So fast forward, she's like, check out Springfield College. And I'm like, well, I don't know what I would do. And I met with some lady, I don't remember her name, nor does she work there anymore. And she's like, what do you like to do? And I was like, well, I like to write. She's like, what about journalism? And I'm
Mhm.
like, what's that? Like, I had no idea what that was. And my mom's like, like people that report stuff. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah, like I'll do that. Um, and she was like, Springfield College is really like comfortable. It's like a second home to people. It's close knit. Everyone's friendly. And I'm like, honestly, like, what do I have to lose? Like, I'm
Mhm.
down the street from home. Why not? You're a nice person. The other people I've met are nice. Like, let's just do this.
Yeah. Yeah. So did you ever actually consider going further away from the area or no, just because you knew at that point in time you wanted to stay close to home?
um, I think I always knew that I wanted to stay close to home.
Mhm.
It maybe wasn't until like last year where I was like, damn, maybe I should have went far. But that's just because my college experience has been good and I stayed. So
Mhm.
that's completely different than the feeling that I felt 4 years ago.
Right. Awesome. And so now you're a commuter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So could you kind of speak to what the commuter experience is like, kind of what makes it different, obviously, than, students who decide to reside on campus and kind of what you enjoy most about it?
Being a commuter has its perks and I like having my own space. I'm comfortable at home. It's my mom's cooking. I don't have to get used to Cheney or used to having a roommate.
Mhm.
Um, but and I like driving, it gives me like an extra like, I don't know, motivation to wake up and
Mhm.
I'm not like too tired in class, but I hate the winters
Yeah.
because Springfield College is not closed, so it's very hard to get there in the winter. Um, but other than that, I think the suckiest part is like not making the connections with people that I
Right.
would if I was in a dorm.
Mhm.
But again, being in a small major like ours, that's like it's easy to make friends, whether I'm as close as you are with some people or just the friendships I have. But it has its challenging moments,
Mhm.
but I like that I'm able to go to campus, have my places where I'm comfortable, and leave and still be comfortable.
Mhm. And so do you think, like, if you could go back, like, would you still make that same decision to stay close to Springfield and to commute?
Um, I have two answers.
Okay, hit me with both.
So I would. Is my headphones doing something weird?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
okay. I just like sounded like really echoey. Okay.
You're good.
So, if I was to stay close to home, I would still choose Springfield College, but I
Mhm.
would live on campus.
Mhm.
But if I had the opportunity to go somewhere far, I probably would have picked that option, but I don't know where I would go.
Mhm.
So, like
Yeah.
now I know how I am, I wouldn't mind going far, but if I didn't have the opportunity, I would just live on campus.
Right, yeah. That totally makes sense. And so what would you kind of say, like, if to someone who might be on the fence about, whether they wanna stay close to home, if they're not sure if they're ready to leave versus, maybe, somebody who's kinda still trying to figure that out, what kind of advice might you give them?
Um, I would stay close to home because a lot of things happen throughout college that you do not expect, and it's just so much easier and cheaper to be home.
Mhm.
Um, you can make that transition and move on campus a lot easier than I imagined.
Mhm.
So you do have that option, but it's so much safer and easier than rushing into something and moving onto campus when you don't know how you are as a person, if you can adapt to having
Mhm.
a bunch of different people around you and sharing room with strangers. So I
Yeah.
would just say, you know, go for it, set your feelings aside about your hometown
Mhm.
and just stay there. And if you're like, I'm okay and I can leave without being successful and not getting too distracted, then go and do it.
Mhm. Yeah. No, that totally makes sense. And I know you had mentioned that kind of like speaking to someone from the college helped you during that process as well. So I'd
Yeah.
imagine that probably played a factor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And so, last question for you. Essentially, what are some of your favorite things? Having been at Springfield College for 4 years now, obviously we didn't plan for it to end this way by any means. But what would you say some of your favorite qualities about Springfield College are?
It's really homey.
Mhm.
It's small. I like that it's not too big and everything is walking distance on our campus.
Mhm.
Um, and for the most part, everyone's friendly. You'll run into those people who aren't your favorite, but they don't they don't change your like opinion, perspective, whatever you're feeling towards Springfield College, because
Mhm.
you have so many people, whether it's faculty, staff, or students, that make it so much better than what that one faculty member did or that one student did for you.
Mhm.
I think those are my favorites. It just
Awesome.
feels like home.
Yeah. No, I mean obviously I feel that big time too. Awesome. Anything else you feel like you want to add about the local side of things?
um, no, not that I can think of right now. No. Do you have anything that you can over?
I mean,
No.
maybe could you just actually, yes. Could you speak to kind of what the community of Springfield itself is kind of like? I know that looking in, a lot of people kind of don't necessarily understand. Like they hear Springfield and they think all these different things.
Hmm.
Obviously, Springfield better than a lot of us. Could you just kind of speak to what the area is like?
Yeah, I will admit that Springfield College isn't in the best area, but it's also not in the worst.
Hmm.
And for where it is, Springfield College has been doing good for where it is. It could be a lot worse. The campus can be ugly, but they've maintained the beauty of the campus.
Hmm.
As far as I know, the safety of the students, you might get your occasional rave alert for something, but it's pretty safe for students. And it's really accessible. There's plenty of foods, places you guys can go and eat. There's stores. Sorry, can you repeat your question?
No, just kind of like explaining, what Springfield really is like, what it has to offer.
Oh yeah, it has a lot to offer. Obviously I'm from here. I've been here 22 years, so it's boring at this point. But if you've never been here, there's some cool museums.
Hmm.
Basketball Hall of Fame is pretty cool.
Hmm.
Forest Park is big. In the winter we have Bright Nights, which I don't think you guys are on campus for that, but that's a cool experience if you've never been.
Hmm.
Um, the park can have some beauty, but there's basketball. You could do volleyball, just go for walks.
Yeah.
Um, and what else do we got? There's just a lot of good places to eat, little small places, like
Yeah.
not what you people are used to with like big fancy restaurants. Like no,
What's
we
your
have like home places.
What's your go-to place?
My go-to place. That's hard. Ooh, it really depends.
You can give me a couple.
I'm recently became a hot table girl, so
Mhm.
I actually that's what I had for lunch today.
Mhm.
Or huh, I don't know if Agawam counts, but I'm gonna have to give them credit. EB's and Agawam, it's
Mhm.
basically like I believe they sell mostly chicken. They have fish and chips and sandwiches, but they have these amazing chicken tenders and curly fries. Where else? Huh. I'm trying to think. Mm, I don't know. Damn, what do I eat? um, hmm.
Yeah, those are probably your top two, I take it?
Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
would be it. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm a huge hot table person, so I
Yeah,
feel you'd
hot
be
table is
perfect.
so good.
So good. You can't go wrong.
No,
I'm a
you
big
can't.
chicken pesto kind of person. I don't know about you.
Okay, no, but I'll accept it.
All right, all right. Southwest chicken's good too. I recently got into that one.
What is in it?
It's got like the chipotle mayo, chicken
Mhm.
obviously. I think it's got some onions, peppers. It's good. I like a little
Yeah.
heat, so you know.
Yeah, I love
It's
spicy
good.
food, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, all right, that's it. So
Okay,
thank you so much.
you're welcome.
I'm gonna stop the recording.